Well, hey YouTube, here I have this 2013 Toyota Venza. This one does have the V6, thankfully. It doesn't have the 2.7 liter 4-cylinder, and I believe these are projector headlights. I'm not 100% positive on that one. I'll have to double check. And you have fog lights down below. And like I said, this one has the 3.5 liter V6. I'll add the power and fuel economy specs in here. Coming around to the side, you have LED turn signals on your door mirror. This one does have smart key access by this little ribbed area right here on the door. Then to unlock, just grab the door handle. 1 beep indicates locking and 2 beeps indicates unlocking. As for the rims on this one, we have two 45/50 R20s. Rims actually look pretty good on this one. I like them a lot. There's your fuel filler door. There was a bit of a change to the tail lamps. I think they darkened the lens on them or something. I don't know if that was for 12 or 13, but it doesn't really matter. You can tell this one is a V6 by having the dual split level, or the dual exhaust, one on each side. This one is an XLE, just in case anybody was curious and there's somebody driving around, so this is awkward. So we'll go ahead and jump inside. This one also, I noticed, has like a little fisheye in the door mirror right here. Looks pretty good. It'll help you see your blind spots, so that's nice. Now, coming to the interior of this one, the first thing I'm noticing is it actually looks, emphasis on the looks, really good. I love the white piping in the seats, the perforation, and the interior is pretty tastefully styled too, if you ask me. We'll start with materials. On the top of the door, you have a soft touch material here. The graining is just really weird though. I'll zoom in on it and you can kind of see what I'm talking about. It's almost like waves or something. You have a leather stitch portion here. Hard plastic here, which is pretty flimsy and pushes in pretty badly. 2-person memory. Chrome plated door handle. A pretty cheap plastic trim here. I'm not really sure what it is, but you can see the design on it's kind of funky. All auto up and down windows, so that's pretty nice. JBL synthesis stereo, I'm sure it sounds good. 2 water bottle cup holders there. Power mirror controls are located here. Here's your power tailgate controller. Traction control, which would be pretty useful in this one since it has the V6 and is only front wheel drive. Materials around here are more of that weird graining, but these are hard to the touch. Obviously you have a little storage tray right here. You just unlock by pushing down on this. There's your coin storage, and you could maybe put some dollar bills or something like that in there. Here's your automatic headlight controls right here. This one does have fog lights, like I said. There's your wiper controls, rear wiper, you just twist on the end of it. And one thing I like about Toyotas is you can always have it just completely, you can always have it constant swishing, whereas most American cars you have to pick and choose when you want it to swish. There's no key in this one, sadly. But there's the rest of your wiper controls. Turn signals right here, multi-function controls on the steering wheel, volume up and down. Steering wheel is actually pretty tastefully designed. The leather feels kind of cheap though, but it does have side bolstering grip extension, so that's nice. As you have your big Toyota logo here in the middle, which if you look long enough, you can see that the entire logo actually spells out Toyota. So if you're following me here, you have T right here, O, Y, O, T again here. I'm sorry, I'm having to kind of think this through, and the A right here. So the logo does actually spell Toyota. It's pretty cool. It is a little bit hard to see, but it is Japanese design, so that's how they roll. Here you have your removable shifter, and you could exchange this with one in a Lexus IS or whatever you'd like to have it on. You can see, twist long enough, and it'll pop right off just like so. And then you're left with this cheap looking little stalk here, which you still could shift it with, but I mean, I really don't like how Toyota just does twist on shift knobs. That's definitely not an area to cut corners, in my opinion, when you're building a car. But they didn't ask me, did they? This one does have push button start to go along with the smart key integration. You also have does this one have navigation? I'm not 100% sure, but it does have Toyota's Intune, as you can see by the apps button right here, hazards, and then there's all your controls for your little heads-up display right here, or it's not a heads-up display, but it's more like an iMid. Materials on the dash, they're all soft to the touch, but they all feel pretty flimsy, and the graining is still weird. This is like completely smooth right here, but soft to the touch. This is more of that funky graining, but soft to the touch. You have more smooth over here and over here, and you have a speaker grill here in the middle, and then the rest of it is just that weird soft to the touch. And this right here, actually, if I pull hard enough on that, that'll unclip, but I'm not going to do that because I don't want to break it. Here's your climate controls right here. I'm assuming they'll all show up on the screen. You have heated seats right here for the driver and passenger, which I do not want right now. You also have a little, I guess that would be like a smart key storage area, I'm not sure. Another cool feature that I noticed while I was in here a second ago, you have this little storage tray right here, and then you may wonder what this handle is for, but this can slide back, and that reveals your USB and aux ports right there. Nothing's up in there, but you can see right here, it unclips. I could actually like rip this entire thing off and take it home with me, but I'm not going to do that because I'm not a stealer. Materials down here, all hard plastic, more of that funky wave graining. And then in order to put this back, oh, you also do have a 12-volt power outlet in here. It was hard to see because it is getting a little bit dark. Just push it back forward. Center armrest is stitched in leather and accented in white stitching. It is actually very well padded, and in order to open up, it has to be pushed all the way back. You have a little tray right here that you can slide fore and aft. Another 12, no, I don't believe there are any 12 volts out in here, but I could be wrong, who knows. This car is like a puzzle. So coming up here, you have your home link controls right here, which is actually some pretty substantial home link buttons. You have your interior lighting right here, as well as your sunroof controls, sunglass storage area. There's your sunroof. It has like a split little cover thing. The front sunroof is actually tiny, but you do get one in the back as well, which I'll show when I go into the back seat. Sun visors, they feel alright. The headliner in this one is actually pretty soft as opposed to some new Toyotas like the 4Runner and the Prius, where it feels like a generic paper towel. Mirror and vanity light right here, as well as a little place to clip your whatever's there. Same thing goes for the passenger side, you just don't have the little strap to strap things in. You have handles on all four doors. They're not damped, they just pop down like that. You have a little quarter window right here, which helps with visibility. Sort of, you kind of have to lean around to see it. The A-pillar is pretty thin though, so you wouldn't really have that much trouble. So we'll move around to the back. Like I said, you had this leather stitch portion right here. I don't believe I pointed out the stitching here or here, but this one is white accented stitching and then the dark stitching there. Coming to the back seat on this one, I'm not going to be able to get in it because it's locked, and I don't want to set off an alarm because that would be embarrassing, and I've been there and it's not fun. But anyways, that pretty much sums it up on this 2013 Toyota Venza. Hope you guys have enjoyed, and thank you for watching.